Well, hello there, folks. I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Can we talk about blast damage for a minute, okay? Like, we've talked about magnetic, we've talked about cold damage, we've talked about popsicling people with frost and the frost fixer-upper and all that stuff. Talked about some of the other stuff. Haven't really dug into the blast damage so much. Like, I said I would talk about it later when I was talking in the initial, post-Jade video and post-Jade Shadows video. But can we talk about blast? And I know I'm showing an unfair advantage weapon for this, okay? Because the Incarnate Torrid is like literally the OP fucking king of the Incarnate weapons. So using this as an example is kind of unfair to the game because this thing just punishes enemies for existing and breathing. But it's what it specifically says, okay? This is how they have worked this, okay? I don't even need to go into a mission because this pretty much just details how insane blast damage is. So, like, I like the fact that it breaks down the way it does. I like the fact that they actually show the symbols now, which is cool. And no, I don't normally run the turret on Lavos. I just literally stuck it on him just because. I actually run the Cedo on him, funny enough. I don't run his own gun on him most of the time here lately. So anyway, Blast deals 30% of base damage after 1.5 seconds as an explosion. At 10 stacks or on death, the stacks deal their damage simultaneously to enemies within 5 meters while staggering them.
Tenno,
thanks, Lotus.
A new alert has begun.
Oh my god.
It will be marked on navigation.
Oh my fucking god. Thank you so much for that. So, you really got to read into that, okay? Because at 10 stacks or death, now granted, something like the Torrid kills pretty fucking quickly, but you apply stacks really fast with this weapon. So it's not unheard of to get 10 stacks of anything on an enemy with the Torrid's Incarnate inside very fast. But with 10 stacks or upon death, basically anything within 5 meters of who just died from the damage that you applied to them gets hit with basically the remaining stacks, is the way that I'm reading into this. If I'm incorrect, I mean, hell, if they're taking all the stacks, that's even better. But I'm assuming you have to get that 10 to get the threshold of, okay, this is where this starts. So all the stacks after this are going to apply to everybody around them. That's the way I'm reading into this. But they basically take, let's say you get 100 stacks on a fucking enemy and you blow up. Well, okay, 10 stacks of that Ixnay means 90 stacks just blasted everybody within 5 meters. On the steel path, hitting and having enemies hit each other in an encased in an enclosed area is not unheard of, especially a 5-meter area. That's really not unheard of. This thing basically, for example, with the Torrid, you hit a group of enemies and you just watch the blast damage kill them, and then you see this second skadoosh and more enemies die just directly behind them. So it's like 2 waves of enemies die because you just basically blasted off the blast damage. Every pun intended there, I guess. The blast damage just explodes onto the next group of enemies trying to run in behind the wave that just died. So it's like old colonial warfare here. Just watching the first line fall and the next line just keeps going. Oh, boom, yeah, they fell too. Cool. Reapply to the third line. Guess what? The fourth line goes down. It's a good fucking time with Blast, okay? Like, if you want to do something silly, do a Toxin Blast build. I shit you not. Use a Torrid, do a Toxin Blast build. It's fucking stupid fun. It's actually really, really stupid fun. I've got it on my Equinox, and I can build up like 2.6 million bada boom for her 4th in no time flat because I'm just mopping massive groups of enemies now. As if I wasn't doing it, some of that with the Torrid before. Now it's just really hitting a lot of enemies. I've tried it with the new core. The new core applies the status of it, but it doesn't really do the damage. I've used it with the Psychron. It's pretty solid with the Psychron. Blast damage has some very, very interesting applications, especially for beam weapons. I think that's really where it kind of hits home more than anything else, is with beam weapons that chain to other enemies. Because, man, the more groups of people that you hit, the more stacks you build up, and, man, when they die, those stacks explode, and that is a really rough time for anybody around the exploding people. So, yeah, find, like, hell, I could probably do it with the Amprex. I haven't even tried the Amprex. I hadn't even thought about the Amprex in a while, aside from when I was wanting a 10 at Amprex. I'm not upset with the Galaxian. I was initially. I was like, really? No, no, no. I'm really okay with the Galaxian now. Yeah, I mean, like, even the Galaxian could do it. Yeah, take this, man, blast damage is fun. Blast damage has become very fun. I never thought I'd ever say that. Next thing you know, Puncture all of a sudden is going to be, boring holes in enemies' heads. I mean, Pablo's doing some crazy shit here lately. I'm telling you, Pablo and his team are doing some wild shit right now. They're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's take everything that's been bad in the game and we're going to slowly just whittle away this shit like a piece of wheat. And we're going to fix all this nonsense. Cool. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I got. I'm not going to do any gameplay on this. It's just real short, sweet. Do some tinkering, man. Do some tinkering because, holy crap, blast damage has become quite fun. And I never thought I would eke those words out of my mouth in regards to Warframe. Folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one, all right?